Welcome back. Now it's time for Rapunzel's character events. Oh. It's not a confession, which is good for obvious reasons. So let's talk with Rapunzel. I'm supposed to meet up with Rapunzel. Am I too early? Why does it keep missing off the end bracket?
Rapunzel 勢いをつけて人に抱きついちゃダメだよ。攻撃みたいになっちゃうからね。
わかった。攻撃しない。ラプンツェルね。ジャックに会えるのすごく楽しみだったんだ。
お互い今はまだ忙しいもんね。最近はどう？いろんな
ことしてるよ。お手伝いとか勉強とか。こないだもね、グレーと一緒に地質とか水質とか調べに行ったんだよ。
地質と水質の調査か。ラプンツェルがグレーテルの手伝いをするなんて仲良くやれてるみたいでよかったね。
あとね、2に要塞習ってるよ。白雪とシンデレラも一緒なんだよ。
要塞もやってるんだ。確かに2はそういうの得意だから先生役にぴったりだね。
あとね、クララのとこでネジ回したよ。紐でギューって縛ったりブワーってやつメルンと一緒に運んだりしたの。
That sounds dangerous. At least she's helping.
ラプンツェルは手伝いができて偉いな。しかも勉強までしてるなんて。グレ
ーとミコに教わってる。シラも一緒。ラプンツェルね、足し算と引き算と掛け算できるんだよ。今は割り算やってる。
へえ、それはすごいね。勉強は楽しい？
知らないこと知るのワクワクする。
Gretel mentioned to me recently that Rapunzel and Pyra are both sharp learners. It's a blessing that we can finally set up a real school up here. We're all a few grades behind.
今ラプンツェルがこんなに楽しいのはジャックのおかげ。
僕の？
いっぱい考えたんだ。最初にジャックと会ってお菓子くれたでしょ。ジャックにお菓子もらってみんなと仲良くなって今のラプンツェルになったの。だからありがとうジャック。
ラプンツェルこんなに成長して。
I can't believe this girl was practically feral when we first met. This is moving. You'd thank her for way back when. Fate brought us together.
2に恩返しって教わったよ。だからね、ラプンツェルもジャックに恩返しするの。
恩返し？別にしなくていいんだよ。
する。ラプンツェル、お礼にジャックのお嫁さんになる。
お嫁さん
That was out of nowhere. What are they teaching her over there? This isn't like that time she offered to have my babies. Well, at least she's managing her expectations this time.
お嫁さんか。
カップル成立？
それはまだ先にしよう。ラプンツェルはこれからいろんな人に会っていろんなことを考えると思うんだ。お嫁さんのことはまた大人になってから考えようね。
まあわかった。大人になったら考える。
Phew, that was a close one. I'm sure she'll make someone a happy husband.
ジャック、どうしたの？考え事？
まあいや、なんでもないよ。
じゃあ一緒に歩こう。海が綺麗で地面が砂で面白そう。行こう。
行こうか。
Yeah, I think they handled that very well, considering, like, there's clearly going to be an age gap and she's still very childlike, because that makes sense, because that jumps forwards years. We don't know how many years, but years. So it's like, okay, come of age and all that type of stuff. So it's like, yeah. Swimsuit Date, though, I do feel that's just going to be a funny scene. I imagine her sort of like at the beach in one of those rubber rings, running around, all that type of stuff. Swimsuit Date.
わーい、
Exactly what I was talking about there. Exactly like there you are with the rubber ring. Like that makes perfect sense.
ラプンツェル嬉しそうだね。
だってジャックと遊びに来たんだもん。すっごく嬉しいよ。早く海に入ろう。海。ヤッホー。
ちょっと待った。
何？
海に入る前にまずは準備運動をしなきゃ。
そんなのめんどくさい。早く海入りたいよ。
ダメ。ちゃんと準備運動してからじゃないと海で遊ばせないからね。
ブー、わかった。そういえばミコも言ってたし。
ミコさんが？
急に冷たい水に入ると血圧が上がって心臓や筋肉の負担になるからダメって。
Even though she has trouble forming words sometimes, she's getting better at retaining information. Rapunzel's been soaking up all this knowledge. She's a real star. It's almost like she's trying to fill a hole or something. In the past, there was no time to study. Looks like she's had it in her the whole time. So proud of her.
ラプンツェル、勉強が楽しいって言ってたよね。
楽しいよ。でもジャックといる方がもっと楽しい。
僕もラプンツェルといるのは楽しいよ。本当だよ。
Yeah, I like that. It's cute. It's adorable.
何？
今日のラプンツェルいつもと違うよ。
ん？
水着どう？
おお、そうだよね。水着だね。似合ってるよ。
I never thought Rapunzel cared very much about her appearance.
そんなこと聞くなんて突然どうしたの？
シラに言われたの。あんたジャックから女の子として見られてないのよって。そしたらなんでかわかんないけどちょっとしょぼんってなっちゃった。ねえジャック、そうなの？ラプンツェルのこと女の子として見てないの？
A woman? She's cute, but I don't see her that way.
そうだな。女の子というより可愛い妹みたいな。
Crap, did that offend her?
大きくなったら綺麗な女の人になりそうだなと思うよ。
大きくなったら今はダメ？
じゃああと数年経ったら、あと何年かしてラプンツェルが大きくなった時また同じ質問をしてくれたら、その時はちゃんと答えるよ。
ラプンツェルが大きくなったら。
I might be dodging the question, but I think it's better for both of us if we wait it out a bit. By then, Rapunzel may have forgotten this conversation. Besides, she might find someone else better suited.
わかった。ラプンツェルが大きくなるまで待つ。その代わりそれまで毎年一緒に海に来ようね。
いいよ、毎年来よう。
やったー。ジャック大好き。
I wonder if what she meant by that. I don't know if she heard me at all. And now the time has come. Which I'm wondering how they're going to follow up on all of that to make it make sense, basically, for this. Assuming the time has come the way that it has for everyone else. It might not, who knows. Let's have a look. The time's come. Their years of hardship yielded bountiful fruit, and they ushered in a new era of peace. Well, that's definitely different. That implies it's jumped on quite a bit, based on what it said there.
ボロボロの教会。ジャックはなんでラプンツェルをこんなところに呼び出したんだろう。
It has jumped on a hell of a lot.
今日はジャックと付き合い始めて1周年の大事な日だから、もっと綺麗な場所に呼び出してほしかったのに。もしかして この教会で探検ごっこしようって誘ってくれたとか。ラプンツェルももう子供じゃないんだけどな。でもジャックと一緒なら子供みたいに遊ぶのも楽しいかも。ジャックにアプローチするようになってからもう何年経ったんだろう。子供の頃は全然相手にされなかったな。それが今ではジャックの方からデートに誘ってくれるようになったんだから大進歩だよね。ジャック、今会いに行くよ。
I'm glad they did that.
来たな、ラプンツェル。待ってたよ。あれ、ジャックはずっと人魚だけ？
その質問の答えは後だ。
ラプちゃん、目隠しするね。くすぐったいよ。何これ、新しい遊び？
まあそんなところだ。おとなしくしていてくれよ。
はーい。ラプちゃん、お利口さん、おかげでやりやすいよ。お利口さんってラプンツェル、もうそんな子供じゃないのにな。
さあ、できたぞ。似合うじゃないか。
Interesting. Hasn't got the normal like sort of like copper or brass or whatever it was element to this, other than like maybe like the bit in the middle of the bow. I do like the flowers though. It's just like I just like yeah, like they even just put in just another sprite for Rapunzel as well, just for that moment. Like it needed it, but still.
本当素敵だね。わあ、ドレスだ。こんなの初めて着たよ。
さて、支度は整った。あとはあいつに任せよう。
ラプちゃん、お幸せにね。ありがとう。
あー、ラプンツェル。
あ、ジャック、いつもと違う格好してる。ラプンツェルもなんだ。見て見て、ドレス着せてもらったの。綺麗？
うん、すごく綺麗だよ。それに大人っぽくて。いや、もう本当に大人になったのか。君と出会ってから何年も経つもんね。
うん、いろんなことがあったね。
覚えてる？初めて会った頃の君はそりゃもうすごい野生児で、僕も非常食扱いされたっけ？
覚えてるけど。
子供が欲しいってせっつかれた時もあったね。
あれはリビドーだから仕方ないの。意味もよく分かってなかったし、今思えばかなり恥ずかしいこと言ってたんだな。まあ若気の至りってことで。
今も十分若いのに君がそれを言うなんてね。君の子供らしい無邪気さにはみんなが暗くなりがちな時に何度も救われたな。ラプンツェルがいるだけでみんなが自然と笑顔になるんだ。成長した今も君のそういうところは変わってないね。
そうかな。ちょっと照れるな。
その昔は僕も散々君のことを子供扱いしたけど、もう立派な大人の女性になったわけで、君にアプローチしてもらってるうちに妹みたいな感覚からだんだん異性として意識してしまって。
Now's your chance. Don't stutter. Say it loud and clear.
好きだよ、ラプンツェル。僕と結婚してくれないかな。
本当に？
僕にこの手の冗談は言えないって君もよく知ってるでしょ。
どうしよう、びっくりした。でもすごい嬉しい。ラプンツェルはちっちゃい頃からジャックといるのが楽しくて、ジャックのこと好き、ずっと一緒にいたいって思ってたの。昔は子供扱いして全然相手にしてくれないから、 辛くてムカムカしちゃった時期あったけど、今はジャックも同じ気持ちってことだよね。やったー。
まさかこんな長い間思い続けてくれるなんて思わなかったよ。
ラプンツェルに二言はないんだもん。ジャックと出会ってからいろんな知識や常識を身につけたけど、やっぱりジャックのこと好きで一緒にいたいって気持ちは変わらなかったよ。
ラプンツェル、改めて言うよ。僕と家族になってほしいんだ。
ラプンツェルもジャックと家族になりたい。ジャックと子供作りたい。どうやったら子供ができるか今はちゃんと知ってるよ。
ラプンツェル？
Man, she's insatiable.
子供のことはまたおいおい考えるとして、最初は僕たち二人で。
家族になる。
ラプンツェルはいつも元気で僕を明るく照らしてくれる。君がいれば僕はずっと笑顔でいられるよ。
それは逆だよ。ジャックがいるからラプンツェルはいつも笑顔でいられるんだよ。
ありがとう。愛してるよ、ラプンツェル。
ラプンツェルもジャックのこと愛してる。
See, I like that, but the only thing I'd say that was an issue with it, it's that case of I want to see the development over time more. Which they can't do because they're limited to how much they can put in these scenes, really, because it's like, it would be probably another half hour of seeing that, just an extra scene in between, just showing them being like, okay, now they've got to the stage where they're grown up, they started dating and all that type of stuff. Like, yeah, I'd like to have seen that. Like a dinner date or something like that. That could have been an interesting scene to add in there, especially for Rapunzel's root character scenes, that sort of stuff. But I do like that they jumped in time, because otherwise it would have been really weird, is the best way of putting it. It's just weird. Yes. I do wonder what Hamlin's is going to be like, though. But we do have a story coming up with Rapunzel, because obviously it relates to Sarah, somewhat. Seems weird saying that, because it's like, it doesn't really feel like the same Rapunzel to me, because I've got that issue of, I know them from the dub, so I know their voice is there, so the characters don't feel exactly the same. There's that issue. Like, I prefer the dub, and you know how I am with that type of stuff. Which again, like going through this, it's just like, I don't know these voice actors. Just don't know. I don't equate them to the characters that I know. Just not at all. Not at all. Some are very obvious as to who they are, but yeah, some are just... It's the character element that I'm missing here. It really is. But let's get like a bit of preamble going for the story. Like, so obviously, the first Mary Skelter I played was before I'd ever spoken to Sarah, before I'd ever even interacted with Sarah at all, in any way whatsoever. It was just across that. Oh no, was it? I may got my timeline wrong there. No, she already spoke to me about Trillian. It was just like, we had a little bit, when I say speak to, it's like personally. It's like, it spoke to each other probably in a professional fashion on Twitter and stuff like that, just a back and forth. I don't equate that the same way in my head as to what I mean. Been like, oh hey, I like your stuff. Oh hey, I like your stuff. There've been that kind of thing going on. But that's the kind of picture I'd sent to Sarah in her DMs, being like, hey, nice to hear you again, like in another game in Mary Skelter. And she's like, oh, that's what Rapunzel looks like. Because obviously she'd only seen this version of the character when she was doing the voice work. She didn't know about the golden hairball at all, which was just cute. So I had that little back and forth. I'm like, hey, like, we both know about a thing that no one else knows about at this point. It's sort of like, because I was recording ahead and no one else had put it out at that point, so it's like, yay, we had a little back and forth about the golden hairball. And then eventually from then on, this is what I want to talk about. This is the CG that's relevant to the story, by the way. That's the one. But where it went from there is like over time, me and Sarah had a more of a back and forth speaking about things. just in general. And then eventually we got to the point she started just, I want to say chat me up, but I don't know if that's the right way of putting it. She's basically just asking me questions and I was responding, and then we're just back and forth over a Christmas years ago. Basically, we just had a conversation for like 3 weeks, and then eventually she asked me out. But over that year, I think it's like there was a point where Mary Skelter 2 came out, or was it before that? It's so long ago. It's just sort of like I can't remember the exact timing on these, but it became a joke of Sarah basically wanting to eat my elbows, nibble on them in some way, in reference to that Rapunzel CG. Yeah. It's just that sort of thing of like, she's gonna come over here and nibble on my elbows. I don't know why the elbows, but it's definitely related to the Rapunzel CG. It's very strange. Very strange. It's just cute though. I'm so grateful for that time skip. But again, I feel like it's one of the things that we feel like we missed out on a bit of her story as a result of that. It's like, aw, I would have liked to have seen just that extra bit. Just that extra bit. Cute. Like, aw. She finally gets to have her family. It's like, aw, it's adorable. It's adorable. Anyway, we'll see you in the next part. Ta-da for now.